check. Ali?
Ah, sorry, Janik.
Halli.
Wie geht's? Hast du gut? Sind ihr gut
super, ja.
gereist? Sind ihr
Du?
gut gereist?
Mach's gut.
Bis dann.
Tschüss.
Ja.
Bis dann.
What's going on, John?
All good?
Yeah.
Good to see you, man. Congratulations for the winter season.
Thanks so much.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, it's good to have you back, man. You well?
Yeah.
Good news. I think we're ready for a new season.
Awesome, man.
Been training for the winter, and you as well. So
We should be good, yeah?
Yeah.
A lot of work done over winter, so.
Yeah, man. It's some good racing going on. So if you're in, I'm in too.
100%. Let's convert it.
Let's do that. Let's do it.
Cheers, man.
The countdown is over. It's race day in Portimao. The 2025 GT Open season kicks off, and Carbahn Raceworks by SPS Performance is ready to go.
Hello. It feels very good to be back. It's amazing to see all the friends in the GT Open paddock. It's great to be back with our team, with all the guys that we spent a lot of time with in the past years. Went through a lot of emotions together, and it's always very nice to come back.
We decided this year we're going to go with a new car, and now we've got a brand new car fresh out the factory. But unfortunately, we've had startup issues during the shakedown. But they've all been resolved, so fingers crossed that we're going to have a good start to the season.
Yannick Mettler nailed it in qualifying, pole position in the Pro-Am class. Now, all eyes are on the grid. Engines are running, heart rate's rising. Who will dominate for the season opener?
Now trickle down through towards the lights. They all blaze red at the very front. And in GT Open's 20th season, we put pedal to the metal. And it's go. Great start for Fabian Schiller. Equally, though, a great start for Dean McDonald. They're going side by side through towards turn one. Yannick Mettler coming through around the outside. Matteo Cairo.
He had a decent start. I think he started in P4, and now he's coming into the first corner. He's still in P4. And it looked like on the live stream that there was a touch. Yannick says he didn't have a touch. But there was definitely a hint of a car in the corner there.
So that looks like the safety car we didn't want. A bit of at the wrong time for us, definitely, with the sort of driving order we chose. Fun thing about the GT Open is that you don't ever know what the others are doing. It's always decided the day before the first race, and it's not public, so you don't know what all the opponents in your class are doing, so it's always a bit random, of course. So it's also not like we can go against the flow on purpose or something like that. It's more like a random thing. And it turned out that on that day, we were the minority that decided to start with the Pro.
But yeah, we got fucked by the safety car, basically. We got fucked by the safety car. We got fucked by the safety car. We are looking at Yannick, I think, trying to block off, I think it's Alex Fontana, who presumably has just come out of the pits on fresh tires. And now Yannick has had a panic moment and doesn't want to make it easy for him. And they're good friends, but it's what friends do to one another on the racetrack.
The stint was actually, quite clean apart from the safety car, probably. We then head into the pits for the pit stop.
There is a race engineer dressed in spectacular colors. Wow, Timothy here, he looks great. Yeah, it's me trying to get in. It's not as elegant as I thought, but yeah, we were quite quick. Okay, now I have taken over. I had a good outlap, I'm not gonna lie, and that's not what you show me. You show me now videos of me being overtaken, not by one car, but by two cars. So fuck you very much. 3 cars into one corner. This is great. Okay. This is a new season of GT Open 2025. Thank you very much. Now I've been overtaken 6 times in 3 videos, and I think all I need to say about this.
And thankfully, because of the safety car, he now has all the pro cars in his neck. To be fair, I think he was the closest he's ever been to all the pro drivers that weekend, so it was very nice to see in general. How did it go? Racing is 80% frustration and 20% joy that makes up for it.
The first race of GT Open 2025 had it all. Pace, pressure, and an unexpected safety car that bunched up the field. Dexter Muller had to hold off the pack with full focus and nerves of steel. Together, the duo brought the car home in P6 in Pro-Am, a solid result in a stacked field. Now it's time to reset, refocus, and look ahead, because race 2 is just around the corner.
Because I've done the Winter Series, and it happens to be in the same place, my objective was to try and get to a point where my teammate Yannick, he feels like, you know, we can kind of go back and forth and establish a strategy a little bit together. And obviously, I can't compete on that level because he has a lot more experience. And so now, when we come into this season, I hope that I can contribute a lot in terms of, you know, making a strategy and also in terms of performance.
All eyes on race 2. After a standout qualifying performance by Dexter Muller, fastest AM driver of the session, the team is more than ready. Focus is sharp, the pace is strong, and the mission is clear.
We will be racing in Portimao. We go racing for the second time this weekend as the cars field out across the circuit. A very even start between the top two, but it looks like Dominic Baumann on the outside of the front row got a slightly better start. Can he do anything with that around the outside of turn 1? Very difficult to try and make it.
This is the start into the first corner. I'm on the inside line. I thought I managed to, you know, keep it quite tidy. The whole grid was quite tidy, actually. There was quite a few cars going in and out. I got overtaken by a Ferrari and Audi and Lamborghini. So 3 cars in less than 10 seconds. So thank you very much, guys. It's a great video. No, I'm looking at the first video. I've just been overtaken by 3 cars in the first corner. So this is great, guys. We're doing well here.
Oh, okay. I think that was Mr. Walker having a look on the inside in the last turn. But Dexter said, no, not yet. You're gonna have to wait. I think that's the confidence kicking in from the first day, realizing that he's now much closer to the pros. And yeah, he made that work. That was brave and well executed. Cool, I like to see that.
I always had a feeling I was going to overtake him, but it turns out it's quite tricky to actually overtake on this track. I got a radio call from Yannick saying, you know, keep the pressure on and see if you can force him into making a mistake. I did that. As it turns out, Portimao is a little bit unforgiving. You drive constantly in a battling kind of pace. What ends up happening a lot of times is the tires kind of overheat, and then it takes a little bit of time to get them back to like an optimal running temperature. And then the mistakes become much more obvious. And yeah, and then you got to capitalize. And that's what we're looking at here. Finally, a video of myself overtaking somebody else for the first time in 9. So well done, boys. I don't know how they do it, the new generation. What do they do with this one? There you go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's an interesting scene because there's a lot going on there. So the guy in front of me must be Tanner, I guess. So he's in the same position now than I was yesterday with Alex behind me. He's at the end of his stint, struggling obviously, as we can see, and I'm doing the undercut on fresh tires, so I put a lot of pressure on him, of course, and he really goes sideways into the last corner, which must have been spectacular for him. And then got the call to pit, unfortunately, because otherwise I would have kept him down the straight, but yeah, got him anyways, so.
The next competitor comes up. It's not really a competitor, he's in a different class, which always makes it quite difficult. But he seems to be defending, coming into corner 5, into the hairpin. Yeah, and obviously he's defending really well. Doesn't make sense because we're in different categories, but okay. But Yannick seems to pull the classic sort of, you know, I'm going to take the inside line, then they follow the inside line, and then you go outside, and then basically you do an undercut. And yeah, and he made it stick. Yeah. Well done, chap. Well done. It was, yeah. And he was actually a pro driver, apparently. So you weren't bullying any of the amateurs yet. So it was good. It was a good start.
So when we crossed the finish line, obviously, you know, you don't really have an overview when you're in the stint and fighting for positions, and you get some information by radio, but you don't necessarily know what position you're in because it's sort of not the most relevant information at that point. But Tim was giving me a heads up that we would be fighting for podium towards the end. So of course I wanted to know, are we on the podium or not? But then he came up on the radio and said 4th position. So it was quite a disappointment, to be honest, because I feel like we executed a perfect race. Both Dexter in his start stint did really well, and I feel like I got the most out of my stint as well. And so it's a bit of course, it's a bit of a setback. But then a few corners later, I had a feeling, and he came on the radio again, and he was like, actually. And then I knew there must be some sort of a penalty that would rearrange the order. And yeah, it seemed that we benefited from guys in front making a bit too many mistakes with track limits. And yeah, got promoted to 3rd place like this. And it felt much more like representative of the race, to be honest. So I was very happy to take that.
Actually, Yannick, due to a penalty to car number 6, we are P3. P3, so get a podium, which is just rewards for your efforts. Well done, mate. I had a feeling.
What a finish. What a thriller. Both drivers pushed to the limit, lap after lap. And with a bit of luck, at just the right moment, it all came together. A podium in race 2. P3 for the team from Horgen, Switzerland. Well deserved.
I had a lot of fun. Everything was super smooth. You know, I think the work done in the winter, doesn't matter on which side, but it all sort of came together. One thing that made me particularly happy was to see that it all sort of clicked for Dexter in particular. In the qualifying, you know, already in the practice we had like banger of a lap, and just it all came together, and that's always a very nice moment for sure when it starts to make sense and, you know, everything pays off. So let's keep doing that.